Hi, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of I Am Just a Girl podcast with Lourelei. I am really excited to start off this podcast as I take you guys through the trials and tribulations of being a girl and navigating my 20s, which can be a really interesting time. Let's just say that. To give you a good example, I just came out of the bathroom from a very good cry session. So things are going great. But I feel like that's an experience a lot of people have had before. So I'm just taking you guys through the waves and yeah, hopefully the things that I share on this podcast can resonate with somebody out there. If somebody out there can learn something or take something away from my experiences, then I would consider that a job well done. So I hope you guys enjoy. Please support me. Listen to my other episodes. Thank you. If you happen to hear random cricket noises, um, don't mind me because I am filming outdoors in one of my favorite sunset spots right now. I'm not sure where this is actually. I'll go check later. But this is one of my favorite spots in Singapore. So, onwards with the first episode. So, today I'm going to share with you guys 10 things I've learned at 20 years old that have really stuck with me in the past year and are life lessons that have truly changed my life in a way. So, the first one is to ask and you shall receive. It's self-explanatory. If you want something, don't wait for it to come and drop in the middle of your lap. You have to go out there and get it for yourself. You have to have the drive, you have to have the passion, you have to have the courage to go up and be able to do it. And that's a scary concept for a lot of people, right? Because, asking for something, we've been conditioned our whole lives not to ask for what we need so that we can look after the comfort of everyone around us, right? But, when it comes to your big dreams, but not also your big dreams and your aspirations, but also the small little things like when you have a homework problem and you're not scared to go up and ask the teacher for help, or when you're going through something, you're not scared to go to your friends for support, or when you need to ask for a change of order, then you're not scared to go up to the waiter and ask for a change because think about it, right? A lot of people are really scared of this concept, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you really don't lose anything by asking for what you want. Because if you ask for something and you don't get it, technically, you're right where you started. And there's no net loss. There's no net gain either, but there's no net loss. So just go out there and ask for what you want. And you could be better off from where you started, or you could be at the same place. So no there's no gamble to it, and I think people need to be less afraid of just politely but firmly asking for what they need and what they want sometimes. And the second thing that I've learned at 20 is that I think failing is really good for you. Failing gets such a bad reputation from everybody because failing is tough. It's harsh. It feels shameful. You feel guilty after, and it's not fun. You get sad, you get depressed, whatever. But oftentimes, it is from failure that you learn the most. The master has failed more times than the beginner has even tried, right? So think of it as like you're an athlete and take it from a student athlete, right? I used to train like every single day, and honestly, if you look at it day to day, right, you would see absolutely no progress. Like every day, I'm just going to the tennis court for like 2 hours every single day, and I'm out there practicing all my strokes, whatever. I don't see any progress, but it's only after a long, long time I look back at myself and I look back at where I started and I'm like, oh, I've grown a lot. But why have I grown a lot? It's because I've failed so many times and I've learned from so many of my failures. Because every day, being an athlete is basically you failing every day and trying to be better from your failures every single day. And that's how star athletes are created. Is through hard work and persistence and pushing yourself every single day. From failing, right, you gain a lot of experience, you gain a lot of exposure. So what I really recommend everybody to do is to stop demonizing and villainizing failure. Not take it lightly, but to embrace it in a way and to fail fast and to fail forward. Use the gift of hindsight to learn from your mistakes and to do better the next time. And that's how you grow. That's really how you grow in what everything you do. Even the most successful businessmen out there do this. To become successful at anything, really, you have to do this. Failing, reframe it in your mind. Instead of framing it as something bad for you, frame it as something that will help you to be better in the long term, in the long run. The third thing that I've learned is the beauty of the people around me. Not only just my friends and my family, right? But also the strangers that I walk past around every single day. I think there's an inherent beauty in every person that I meet and in every person that I encounter in my life because um, everybody has their own story. You, me, every single person that you meet out there. And me realizing this and becoming so genuinely curious about it has really enriched my life in a way. Because now, actually, I love going up to not strangers per se, but like, but yes, strangers, yes, like shopkeepers, waiters, or people who are serving me, or just the people that I meet. Really, I become so genuinely curious about them that I ask them so many questions about their life, and honestly, you'll find that every person is like an encyclopedia because they've all lived out their reality and their version of their life. And it's so beautiful to learn from their story and what they've taken away from their story, which is why I love reading memoirs. I think you can really learn a lot from the things that people have gone through. So I think realizing the beauty of the people around you and wanting to explore that beauty and discover that beauty even more is a very fulfilling and enriching experience. One that I will highly recommend everybody to realize and to start engaging with more in their life. Also, there's a couple in front of me just walking down the hill, and come on, that is so cute. I hate them. I hate them. Yes. So the fourth thing that I've learned at 20 years old is that we aren't built to be in the world that we are in today. And this applies not only biologically and physically, but also mentally as well. Biologically, a lot of us live very sedentary, naturally sedentary lifestyles. This is not the way that humans were built, right? Humans were built to go out there, run around, hunt for food, whatever. This takes a toll on our bodies for sure. So I've recognized recently the importance of really, fueling my body well and moving it well so that I have a healthy, moving, active body. And for your brain as well, we weren't built to process social media and this influx of information that we have today. And it's really bombarding our nervous systems and everything that's going on with our body, and it's really manipulating our thoughts and our actions in a way that a lot of us are not even conscious of. Not even social media, right? Even the media out there, or marketing, for example. I could go on and on about this topic. Everybody is aware of how the beauty industry basically thrives off of people's insecurities and making them feel bad about themselves. The crux of marketing is basically trying to make you feel like your life isn't enough that you have a problem with your life, and the only thing that can fix it is buying this new shiny thing. Capitalism, am I right? So we as humans, physiologically, we're not built to live with these lifestyles. So I urge everybody listening to go out there and educate yourselves. I think learning is very important as well. It's important to read, um, listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos, my favorite way of absorbing information, or just do whatever you can basically to learn as much as you can about the world so that you are more informed as a person and that you can take care of yourself better and take care of the people around you better. It's so easy basically to lose the essence of who we really are in this really complicated world that we have today. So I urge everybody out there to listen to yourself and who you truly are and go with that instead of everything that the world is trying to tell you. Quick location change because the couple was near me and I didn't want to disturb them. So the fifth thing that I've learned at 20 years old is how little time we have left on this earth. Think about it. We only have 80 years left. And if you minus away the time that you take for basic functions such as sleeping and eating, you minus away all the hours you spend at work and at school, how much time do you really have left to do the things that you want to do? So we have very, very little time on this earth. And my goal personally is to use the time that I have very intentionally and very mindfully and very wisely, which means the social media. And I actually went on a 6 month social media detox, and the only social media that I had was Pinterest and YouTube for a point of time. Pinterest for creative ideas and YouTube for knowledge because there's so many video essays that you can learn from out there. And it was amazing, honestly. Um, I'll talk about it in another episode probably. I have 80 years on this earth and I'm not going to waste a single second of it. And I don't want to be at my deathbed at 80 plus years old and thinking about my life and forgetting the things that I didn't do or I should have done or the things that I did do with my time when I could have been using it for things that would have nurtured my soul more instead. So you have very little time. Use it wisely. So the sixth thing that I've learned at 20 years old is that happiness, constant happiness is impossible. Happiness in the long term is not sustainable. But joy is, fulfillment is. We basically can't run away from the stormy seasons of your life. And there will be stormy seasons in your life. But what matters at the end of the day is that you try as much as possible to steer your boat through those waves. And sometimes all you need to do is just survive. And that's okay. Sometimes getting through the hard things is what proves to you that you are a survivor at the end of the day. So chasing happiness, don't do that. You should chase joy and chase fulfillment. And don't run away from your problems and don't run away from difficulties. Because no matter what, there's going to always be difficulties in your life. But if you take them in your stride, ultimately you'll have a much better time on this earth. So, yeah. Okay. The seventh thing that I've learned is that comparison can be used as a tool. So, comparison to other people, of course, oftentimes it can make you feel very bad about yourself because you're using it to realize what you don't have. But oftentimes, if you use it as a tool and you use it to say, hey, I want what they have, so I'm going to work as hard as I can and do some of the things that they do to go and get it, then you just achieve something. And that's really cool. So, yeah, comparison can be used as a tool, but be very, very, very careful with this one. Because with many other things, if it is wielded badly, then it can hurt you in many ways. The eighth thing that I've learned at 20 years old is that freedom is not money. Freedom is the thing that money buys you. So, what I find that I truly value and what more money would get me, um, which is something that I'm striving towards as I go throughout my 20s. Like, I want to be aware of my financial habits so that I'm able to build a good foundation for myself as I enter adulthood and I go into my own life, right? But it's not really about the money. It's actually the things that money gets me that I really value. So, what that means is that I want solutions to my problems. I want more time with my family. I want more opportunities for myself and the people around me. And honestly, yeah, that's what I want. I don't really care about what the status, the luxury that it brings. No, I want those three things from money. So, everyone out there, I want you to ask yourself, like, why do you really want the goals that you have? And is it really about that surface level thing, or is there something deeper that you really want? And find that out. And when you realize that and you try to work towards a life where you have those things, then you are living a lot more intentionally and a lot more greatly. The ninth thing that I've learned at 20 years old is that the more scared you are to do something, the more that you should go ahead and do it. I tell you, the confidence that I've gained from doing things that I was terrified of, insane. It's incredible. It's crazy. My confidence went from here to here because it gives you trust in yourself that even though, hey, this thing is tough, this thing is difficult, and I'm scared of it, honestly. But if I go out there and I still do it and I stay consistent with it and I go do the thing, then whoa, it shows yourself that you can do whatever you want. And in a way, you can create your own reality and you can create your own opportunities by doing the things that you're really scared to do. Like for example, the other day I just performed in front of like around like 800 people from my school and I sang 3 songs. And the entire time I was so terrified. And this was from for prom night, by the way. And the entire time before my performance, which was like a few hours, they were serving us food, right? I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't stomach anything because I was so absolutely terrified. And during the performance itself, I was also terrified. I was also like genuinely so nervous. But I played it off and I got it done. And people were like, whoa, you did that thing. And I was like, whoa, I did that thing. So, my confidence after that has increased. And ultimately, if you want to be less afraid of something, be less afraid of something, you just have to expose yourself more to it, really. That's how you gain courage. That's how you gain strength and bravery. So, the more scared you are of something, go out there and do it. And watch your trust in yourself and doing hard things just increase and give you a better life from there. Okay, the sun is setting and I'm on my last point. And that is 10. Nobody knows anything. And nobody owes you anything. So, you and me, everyone around you, all the most successful people around you, everyone has been exposed to their own version of reality. Everybody has experienced reality in their own way. There are basically 8 billion different realities walking on Earth right now because everybody has their own perceptions and everybody has their own upbringing, everybody has their own way of thinking. So everybody knows what they know and they also don't know what they don't know. So having the humility for yourself to know that, hey, I don't know everything. Let me try to understand your point of view, and knowing that the people around you also don't know what they don't know, and sometimes they will disagree with you and not think what you think. Well, that's okay, um, because that's their own moral code, that's their own upbringing, that's what they've learned from their version of life, and that's all right. At the end of the day, we all turn to dust and we all die, and we all are souls in the wind anyway. So you know, chill. It's fine. So yeah, those are the 20 things. Oh, those are the 10 things that I've learned at 10, 20 years old. And I hope somebody out there will resonate with the messages that I've said today. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. I'm a bit stuttery and a bit mumbly, I'm sure, but I will hopefully progress more as the episodes go on. And yeah, I'm on a mission out here to prove to everybody that you can do something even though you don't think you have everything you need for it, because sometimes you just gotta go out there and do the thing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Um, More podcast episodes coming soon, and I hope you guys follow me, and I hope you guys learned something from my journey as well. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Signing off with much love, Lourelei. Bye guys. Have a good day.